Hi Mahlatsi. The last sound that we worked on was the letter X, and we already learned that the letter X can make 3 different sounds, and the first sound is X for X-ray. The second sound is X, like in box. So we know that X can sound like X for X-ray. We know that X can sound like X, like in box. And we also know that X can sound like Z for xylophone. Okay, so today we look at the letter Y. Mommy Y, baby Y, and Y makes 3 different sounds. The 3 sounds that the letter Y can make are Y, E, and I. So in the word yellow yo-yo, the letter Y sounds like Y, Y, Y. In the word baby, the letter Y sounds like E for injection. So the letter Y makes the E sound in the word baby. And in the word sky, the letter Y sounds like I for ice cream. So the sound that the letter Y makes in the word sky is I. And so remember that we said that the letter Y and the letter I are best friends. The reason for that is because the letter Y is allowed to borrow both of the sounds that actually belong to the letter I. We know that the E for injection sound and the I for ice cream sound actually belong to the letter I, right? But in any words where the letter Y needs to borrow the sounds that belong to the letter I, it is allowed to do so. And so that's why we say that Y and I are best friends. So let's go through the sounds in the words yellow, yo-yo. Y-E-L-O, yellow. Y-O, y-O, yo-yo. Yellow, yo-yo. Let's go through the sounds in the word baby. B-A-B-E, baby. B-A-B-E, baby. Let's go through the sounds in the word sky. Sk-I, sky. Sk-I, sky. And so you can see that the letter Y can sound like Y in yellow yo-yo. It can sound like E in baby. And it can sound like I in the word sky. So you will copy out your sounds for the letter Y. You will write out your word yellow yo-yo. You will code the words yellow yo-yo, a dot for Y, a dot for E, a line for L, a line for O, a dot for Y, a dot for O, a dot for Y, a dot for O, and Y, and Y will be color-coded in the color yellow. And then you will obviously draw and color in your yellow yo-yo, okay? And then you will write the word baby. You will code it with a dot for B, a dot and a smiley face for A dot for B, and a dot for E. You will write the letter I and draw your injection next to it, just to remind yourself that in the word baby, the letter I sounds like E for injection. You will draw the baby and color in the baby. And then you will write the word sky. You will code it with a line for sk and a dot for I. And then you will write the letter I and your ice cream next to it, just to remind yourself that in the word sky, the letter Y sounds like I for ice cream. You will draw your sky and you will color it in. You will color code the E sound in baby in red, and you will color code the I sound in sky in orange. And then we are on to the last letter, which is the letter Z. Mommy Z, baby Z, and Z makes only one sound. The sound is Z for zebra. And the sounds in the word zebra are Z, E, br, A, zebra. You will write the word zebra. You will code it with a dot for Z, a dot for E, a line for br, a dot and a cap for R. Zebra. And you will color code the Z sound in color brown, and then you will draw your zebra. And well done for making it all the way to the letter Z. We are now ready to start working with sound patterns. And guess what? From the next time I see you, we're going to be getting into your book. Quick recap of everything we have covered so far. We'll start by going through the sound chart and saying the names of the letters. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I'm going to go through the sound chart again, except this time I'm going to be making the sounds for each letter. So the letter A makes 3 sounds. That's A, R. The letter B makes 1 sound, B for bed, B for bell. The letter C makes 2 sounds, K and S. K for cat and S for circle. Letter D makes 1 sound, D for dog. Letter E makes 2 sounds, E for elephant and E for evil. Letter F makes 1 sound, F for fat. Letter G makes 2 different sounds, G for grass and J for giraffe. Letter H makes 1 sound, H for hand. Letter I makes 2 sounds, E for injection and I for ice cream. J makes 1 sound, J for jug. K makes 1 sound, K for kite. L makes 1 sound, L for lemon. M makes 1 sound, M for mat. N makes 1 sound, N for net. O makes 2 sounds, O for orange and O for oval. P makes 1 sound, P for pink. Letter Q makes 2 different sounds, Qu for quiet and K for cough. Remember, cough is the name of a letter in the Greek language. That letter is called the letter cough. And then R makes 1 sound, R for red. S makes 1 sound, S for snake. T makes 1 sound, T for tap. U makes 3 sounds, A for umbrella, U for unicorn, and oo, like in the word pool. V makes 1 sound, V for vest. W makes 1 sound, W for window. X makes 3 sounds. That's X for X-ray, X like in box, and Z for xylophone. Y makes 3 different sounds. That's Y for yellow yo-yo, E like in baby, and I like in sky. And remember, the letter Y is best friends with the letter I because the letter Y is allowed to borrow both of the sounds that the letter I can make. And we know that the letter I makes the E for injection sound, but it also makes the I for ice cream sound, which tells us that the letter Y can also make the E for injection sound and the I for ice cream sound. But the third sound that the letter Y can make is the only sound that actually belongs to the letter Y, and that is the Y sound. Y for yellow. Y for yellow yo-yo. Do not confuse the sound that the letter Y can make with the name of the letter U. This letter is called the letter U. The name of this letter is U. The name of this letter is Y. The letter U does not make the Y sound. The letter U can never, ever, ever, ever make the Y for yellow sound. The only sounds that the letter U can make are A for umbrella, U for unicorn, and oo, like in the word p-oo-l, pull. You need to pull the door to open it. Okay, and then the letter Z only makes 1 sound, and that sound is Z for zebra. I'll see you in